Welcome to this training series from the Pulse Secure channel team. Today we're going to create our first virtual instance of a traffic manager. So let's go ahead and obtain the software image from the pulsesecure.net website. So let's jump in and organize the download of the virtual traffic manager software. As you can see, I'm at www.pulsesecure.net. I'm on the home page and there's a try now button there that you simply click. That takes you to a screen where various software can be downloaded, and we want the Pulse Virtual Traffic Manager, so click on download now for that. We've got a few things to fill out, so let's just fill in my name there, a business email address. The email is important that it's valid, as we'll be sending you an email to that particular address, which contains all of the links to the various software downloads that are available for this. We've also then got another form to fill out with a few of your details, just so that we capture that. Just to make you aware, the development version of the Virtual Traffic Manager is limited to 1 megabit per second and 100 SSL transactions per second. Other than that, it's a fully functioning product, which does include the web app firewall as well. Just in case you were interested in that too. If you need something for throughput testing, which gives you slightly more throughput and unrestricted SSL transactions per second, then you can contact your Pulse Secure sales team and we can arrange for you to receive an evaluation copy, which is actually a fully unrestricted product for 30 days. But obviously, to get you up and running and just to try out the product in front of applications in a development environment at least, this is perfectly reasonable for that. This product as well, the development option can be clustered together. You can cluster 2 devices together to prove clustering and failover and that sort of thing as well within your environment. So let's just key in a few details here. Pulse Secure, company size, address, and just a few more things. And there we go, and the country, United Kingdom, and we'll click there. Now, once that form's filled in, we've just got to accept the license agreement, which should pop up any minute. There you go, and then we hit continue. Now, I'm going to pause the video here because this email takes around about 25 to 30 seconds to generate and be sent to you, so I'm just going to pause and I'll join you back again in a moment. And there we go, we're back again. So that took around 25 seconds for me. Obviously give it about 30 seconds or so, but you should receive an email to your mailbox. Once that pops into my mailbox, I'll double click on it and show you guys. There it is there. So this is the mail I received from pulsesecure-portal@pulsesecure.net. It's literally just a few links to various images that we can provide you for the development option. You can see there we've got a couple of software download options. We've also got some hypervisor images. Today we'll be working with VMware OVF, by the way. I've got Workstation, so that's perfectly reasonable for me. And then we also have a bare metal appliance version as well, if that's something you're interested in. So essentially, once you've got the email, just select the one you want, download the software, and I'll show you what to do with that, how to install, etc. in the next video. Thank you very much. See you soon. Let's go ahead and create the virtual machine. Right, so I've downloaded the file now. As you saw in the previous video, or hopefully you saw in the previous video, I selected the OVF file for download from the website, from the various links that I had in my email that I received after filling in the relevant details for the evaluation. I'm now going to open this and get it installed. So we're just going to open. I've already unzipped the OVF from the zip file that was downloaded, so I'm just going to point at that. I'm going to rename this something meaningful. So this is actually a version 17.4 machine. I've already created a directory in which I will place this, virtual machines, and where are we? Sorry, bear with me. There we go. demonstration VTM 17.4, and we'll import that. Just accept the various license agreement details and off we go. Now this import can take some time. Basically what I'll do is I'll leave this running for a little while, and I may well skip through the video, so we'll see how long it takes, but if it's only going to be a few seconds then I'll leave it running. It looks like it might only take a little while here. Obviously depends on the power of your machine. I've got 16 gig of memory and an SSD drive in this particular laptop, so it's pretty quick. So I'll just let that run. Hopefully it will get to the end pretty soon, and we'll see that the virtual machine is installed in the environment. Just a few more seconds, hopefully, and then we should see the machine appear on the left hand side. There we go. So you can see now I've got a demonstration VTM. What I'll just show you is the various machine settings that it comes with. So you might not need all of these. The single processor, 2 gig of memory, it's got a hard disk of 16 gig. Network adapter at the moment is bridged. Obviously that'll depend on your own environment what you set this to, and the display is auto detect. In the next video I'll show you how to initially configure this machine, so hopefully you'll join me in the next one. Thanks very much. So let's create the initial VTM configuration now. So we've got the initial demonstration VTM loaded up into Workstation. As I said before, I downloaded the OVF file from the originating email that was sent to me from the pulsesecure.net website. Just one change I've made. I've actually configured my network adapter to be on VMnet 8, which is the network I use in order to run my demonstration environment. Obviously that will depend on your own particular setup and your configuration as to what your network settings are within your hypervisor environment. So let's go ahead and power on the machine. So what this is going to do now, this is the very first time it's been powered on. What will happen is it will boot, go through its various booting processes, and in terms of my environment at least, it will configure itself with a DHCP address from my virtualized networking configuration, which probably will be the same for you guys as well, depending on which hypervisor you're using, obviously. Whether you're in something like ESX or VMware of another flavor, or whether indeed you're using Workstation as I am, somewhere within that configuration you will be able to configure your DHCP environment. And as you can see, my environment has come back and it's assigned .134 from within my .159 24-bit network. Now I'm now going to switch to a browser and key in that exact address and actually go to the web service on port 9090 for this particular machine. So let's just swap over to my browser, and we'll do that now. So HTTPS 192.168.159.134 on port 9090. That should take me to the admin console. Eventually, hopefully it will take me there soon. If there is a slight delay, it could well be that the machine is actually still bringing up the web service, but just bear with me. Okay, it's timed out. That's interesting. There we go. Just took a while to come up, and as soon as I accept the initial screen, I'm into the initial configuration wizard. Now this is just a few steps for initial config. There'll be this welcome screen, a license agreement, some networking config, some DNS, some date and time configuration, and then a licensing page, and we should be ready to go. So let me just take you through those. So initially just click on next, accept the license agreement, which you can read at this link here. I'm not going to bother going there now, but you guys can read that if you need to. So next, and then we're going to configure this with the host name. Now within my environment, I have a localized DNS server running on a Linux VM. So I'm actually going to configure my environment with DNS. For demonstration, obviously you could use IP, doesn't have to use a DNS environment, but for this one I will. So this machine is going to be known as Demo 1. I'm going to give it a .60 address because that's what I use for this particular environment. My gateway within the networking configuration for workstation is .2 on the 159 network, and that should actually be all I need for this. Just make sure it's a static IP address, and off we go. My name server, so my DNS environment is on .80, and my domain is london.paul.com, and I'm going to configure next, and then the time zone for me at least will be Europe London. Again, just pick the one that makes sense for you guys. Where are we? Europe London, there we go, and next, and then I'm asked to just give a administration password, which I will do, and click next. Now this screen is just asking me whether or not I already have either a license key or an eval key or something like that. I don't actually have that at the moment, so what I will do is I will say skip licensing for now and run in developer mode, which essentially means that my traffic manager will be fully functional, but it will be restricted at 1 megabit per second egress back to client, and it will be restricted to 100 SSL termination and encryptions per second. So for demo, obviously that's fine. If you're throughput testing, then you'll probably need to talk to us at Pulse to get an eval license. If you want to cluster more than 2 of these machines together, which will be shown in future videos, then you'll also need an evaluation license to do that. The developer mode and the developer license is simply the software without a key actually on the software to open it up to another version of that particular throughput. So we only restrict on throughput essentially. So the key just opens up the product from anywhere from 1 meg up to unrestricted actually. So if you are interested in obtaining an evaluation license, by the way, for throughput testing or multiple clustered environments, and you just need higher levels of throughput, then please just either get in touch with anybody in the Pulse team, or you can contact me directly. My name is Paul Goodchild. I am the Channel SE, as I've said before, for the vADC business unit within Pulse. So just drop me a line at pgoodchild@pulsesecure.net, or you can call me on 07919 316 713. So as I said, I'm going to skip this licensing for now, and we'll run in developer mode. So there it just gives you an overview of the configuration. Obviously check and make sure everything's good, say finish, and then you're actually given a raised IP address that you've just configured, or as I have on .60 for 9090, and we can click on that now and go to our traffic manager. So I will do that. The IP addressing has now been changed obviously, so we'll just wait for this VM to come up. Like I say, it could be a few minutes, may not be available immediately as it says here, so we'll just give that a while to come back. We'll try again. There we go. So you might get a few of those retries needed. It just takes a while for the web service to kick in and the IP address to be changed. So don't worry about that. Just give it a few seconds, and hopefully it will be there. And then everything should be ready to go. You can see here we are running in developer mode. Like I said before, it's a 17.4 software version. It's called Demo 1, which we've just configured ourselves. And to sign in, you simply say admin and the password you gave it earlier. And in we go. Just choose developer mode unless you, like I say, you've already got an evaluation key or a license key to use. In this case we haven't. And there we go, all ready and waiting to be configured. So that concludes the initial configuration and the configuration wizard steps, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.